For us to perform this type of stunt, it requires countless hours of practice, the use of special techniques, and the understanding of how different components of the motorcycle affect the overall performance. First things first, one of the most important factors for performing Stoppies is bike setup. Personally, I like to start with tire pressure. Tire pressure is a very important topic. It affects the bike in so many ways, good and bad. Now, one thing for sure is that every great Stoppie rider knows the importance of tire pressure and how it affects the bike, and makes whatever adjustments they have to get the effect they're looking for. Now let's take a second to go over the fundamentals of understanding tire pressure and how it affects the Stoppie. First, pressure is relative. We'll say high pressure is 40 to 44 psi, and low pressure is 20 to 25 psi. Now remember, tire pressure too high or too low is a bad idea. It can cause blowouts, tire damage, and all around it's just a crash waiting to happen. Let's talk high pressure. Here are the positives. High pressure gives you a harder tire, which is more predictable. The smaller contact patch with the pavement gives you less resistance, which equals longer stoppies. All of this causes the bike to be more sensitive and react faster to steering inputs, which makes a high pressure tire much safer at high speeds. Now don't go pop the question on the first date. Before you fall in love with high tire pressure, it's important to note some of our negative characteristics. The smaller contact patch makes the bike harder to balance, especially at lower speeds. Also, this harder tire is more likely to wash out, skid, or lose traction. And steering sensitivity is increased, which leaves little room for error. So steering inputs have to be precise. High tire pressure, say it ain't so. Well, don't worry, young man, there's more fish in the blender. Let me introduce you to my friend, low tire pressure. Low pressure makes for a softer tire with a larger contact patch. More contact gives you better traction and less chance of washout. The steering becomes less sensitive and more forgiving to error. All of this makes low pressure more stable at low speeds. Now, before you go rushing into things again, let's talk about the negatives. The larger contact patch causes more resistance and friction on the surface, which causes the bike to decelerate faster, which equals shorter stoppies, and there ain't no pill to fix that. Steering sensitivity is decreased, causing the bike to react slower to steering inputs, so the rider is limited in last-second adjustments that may keep the rider from crashing. These are the fundamentals for understanding how tire pressure affects a Stoppie. Now, I wish there was such thing as perfect tire pressure, but the truth is, I adjust my tire pressure every time I ride, whether it's a show or practice. If my tire is washing out, I might lower it 5 psi. Or if the tire's hooking up great and the surface is perfect, I might raise it 5 or 10 psi just to give me that cleaner, crisper feel. But no matter what I do, raise or lower the pressure, I always keep it between 20 and 44 psi.